Howdy, Ken Cook here with Prepared Marketing, sitting down with my friend Keith Sconiers of Northwest Advisory Group. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Excellent.
Good.
Well, hey, I love what you do. I love your business model. So why don't you tell folks a little bit about how you got to where you are?
Yeah, sure. So back in 2000, I'd say it was 2012, I was actually working in the life insurance business, and I got a phone call from a buddy of mine that I worked with in life insurance because we were both struggling. We made zero money in life insurance. We weren't very good at convincing people to buy whole life insurance. But nevertheless, he had went to work for a large credit card processing company, the fifth largest company in the United States. And he was having a lot of success. And he and I were sitting across the table from each other, you know, when we were working in life insurance, and we were both struggling. And when I realized that he was making a great living in the processing industry, I took a look at it, went to work for the company that he went to work for, and that's how I got started. That was 4 years ago, April.
Okay.
So
and since then, you've now started your own business doing this.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, and so I started Northwest Advisory Group. It's actually a year ago in April, actually March 31st that I started my company, and things are going really well, and very excited about it.
So, credit card processing is a hard sell, I think, for a lot of folks. What makes this not just like a good product, because people have to have it, right?
Yeah.
But what really separates you guys from other folks? I mean, what are you guys doing that so many of these other processors aren't?
Yeah, so full disclosure. So one thing that companies like to hide from small business owners and business owners of every size really is how much money they earn on an account. And so what we do from the get-go is we explain fully, like upfront, what we earn on an account, because we don't feel like it's anything that we should hide behind. And we also feel like business owners have a right to know how much the provider is earning on them. So another thing that we do is we actually have internal guidelines around what we price companies based on their business size and what their volume is, which is another thing other companies don't do. So you'll see that companies, like a small business owner that's working with one of the large providers, you know, if there's two different restaurants in the same community, you'll see where they're charging one 0.5% and they're charging another one, 0.75% or 1%, just because the culture in the credit card processing industry is one of how can we charge as much as we can get away with versus, hey, these two businesses are the same business, they have the same average ticket, they really process the same amount of sales every year. We feel like internally, we feel like they should be priced close to being the same. Whereas a major provider, they're more of, hey, how much is on the table, how much can we charge to get away with? And we found that it just isn't good long term for small business owners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, right? I know that when you and I sat down, it was pretty transparent. And
Yeah.
Why do you think it's like that? And what do you think the value is for people with you guys bucking the trend?
Yeah, I think all the institutions in the United States and America aren't transparent. 401ks aren't transparent. Banking isn't transparent. And so credit card processing is just a part of the financial models that are built in the United States. And so we hope to buck that trend, and we do that through the content that we publish with The Truth About Accepting Credit Cards is an ebook that I wrote. I just wrote another ebook. It's a 5-page ebook for automotive repair shops that it shows them exactly what they're supposed to pay for credit card processing. And there's no company in the United States at all that does that, because essentially we're telling them what they should pay, which includes what we should actually charge them as a markup. So most companies hide that, and we're bucking that trend. So yeah.
So how are you bringing value into this industry? I mean, small shop. What do you do, and how? You know what I'm saying? Like how are you fighting this big trend?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So when I worked for the fifth largest company in the United States, the culture was one of acquire clients as fast as possible while turning the people that you serve over to an 800 number. So we don't have an 800 number, and we don't turn our customers over to an 800 number because we feel like business owners we feel like they deserve to be catered to. And that's what we do at our organization. And so we don't turn them over to 800 numbers. We have those as a backup if we need them, but that's one way we're bucking the trend. Another way that we're bucking the trend is that we only acquire clients at a pace that's healthy for great customer service. And so even though we're a small, nimble shop, we work with some of the largest companies in Portland, Oregon, because they really appreciate the fact that we're not turning them over to some 800 number, to some person that doesn't really have a vested interest, who's never been on site, who's never had the conversation around the challenges they've experienced with payments. And that's really what our culture is about.
So let's talk about how you acquire customers.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, this is...
Sure.
What is your guys' process? How did you get that process in place?
Process. Yeah, right. Man, there really isn't, there's really not a process other than some business networking, but also having great relationships with the clients that I've served over the past 4 years. So I've worked really hard to create strong relationships with the people that I've done business with, but even the people that didn't say yes, right, to the last company that I went to work for. And so it's been all through business networking and personal relationships that we've built our business.
So talking to folks who are trying to build a business, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I built a business, you're building a business.
Yeah.
What's one idea that you can give folks around that business networking? What makes good business networking in your book?
I think what makes good business networking in my book is really working hard to understand the world that the person that you meet at a networking event, try to understand the world that they live in. Whereas, whether it's, understanding who their ideal clients are, try to get to know how they got involved in the business, understand what they love about their business, and doing what you can to, you don't have to send them a client, but maybe you can send them an opportunity that could lead to a client, or maybe another good referral partner, or just, if they're into sports, making that phone call to have a quick conversation about the game or something like that. So
okay.
I think that's just being yourself and getting to know people and just trying to provide value and help wherever you can.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So let's talk now about this referral network, this trust that you build with customers.
Yeah.
I think one of the things I hear in marketing all the time is, we get all of our customers through word of mouth.
Yeah, totally.
Right? Like everyone says that to me. I don't believe it. Or if I do, I believe you're probably doing this thing, right? Where it's like, we got 4 customers last month and none this month.
Yeah.
But it's okay because we're serving those last 4 until we get our next 4 kind of a thing, right?
Yeah.
How do you in your business work to kind of keep that on an even pace? And how do you work to steadily get where you're going? Because I know you guys are working to get to 100 clients this year.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
So how are you using your current clients? How are you generating those referrals? What's your guys' process on that?
We don't have a process for it. We get lucky.
We get lucky.
Like, we're on track to get where we want to go. And I couldn't tell you that there isn't really a process other than, doing some outreach, doing some business networking, and building relationships. Like, they're really, that is the process. Like, it's not like I wish I did have a process that was just gonna guarantee me to get all of those clients. But it's really the tried and true methods of, being visible, staying in contact, realizing that most people in my industry aren't gonna follow up more than twice. And if I follow up 4 times, then I'm twice as good as they are. Right? So that's really our process.
Okay.
Yeah.
So walk me through where you see yourself going in the next 2, 3, 4 years. So what is Northwest Advisory Group 3 years from now?
Yeah, so the reason why I didn't name it like Portland Payments or some other company that's truly payment focused, because the long-term vision is not to be just a credit card processing company. I think there's enough of those. And so business owners are constantly hit with, hey, we're the best credit card processor. And we're not that. But what we will do is we'll help you figure out which one's right for you. And in the process, we'll help companies, we feel like our goal is to help companies with payments, but it's also to be a business partner and to help them be successful. So if it's introducing them to a marketing agency, introducing them to an insurance agency, introducing them to the right point of sale provider, and being a hub of just a trusted advisor to help them be successful in those particular areas, that's who we are as a company. So 3 to 4 years from now is having a larger team, serving clients at a higher level. That's where I see like the next 4 years.
Excellent. Well, hey, man,
Yeah.
I am so excited to watch you grow.
Yeah.
I know that you're just going to win at whatever you do.
Thank
So,
you. I appreciate it.
hey, I appreciate you taking the time to sit down with me today, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I
All right.
appreciate it.